Welcome, listener to Marriage and Success TV. I'm happy to come your way again. This is Reverend Paul Samuel Adoga. We are here today to discuss a very important issue on marriage. We want to look at what is marriage. Marriage is very important in human life. Marriage is an institution by God for mankind for reproduction. And it needs to be understood. There are a lot of books on marriage, a lot of topics have been treated on marriage. Thank God for the media. Thank God for accessibility to books in our time. Yet, I have the belief that many of us have not been able to understand the meaning of marriage. Going by what we see in the society today, a lot of people misunderstand the meaning. Somebody said that when purpose is not known, the anarchy is inevitable. When people don't understand matters, when people don't understand what they are doing, especially when it has to do with the issue of life and marriage, then they can be having fault and problems. That is why I find it necessary to discuss what is marriage. It looks simple, but there are too many definitions. Well, I would like to stick to one that I read by one of our American friends, a very renowned marriage counselor, Reverend Rex Jackson, in his book, The Marriage Union. He's an American foremost missionary who dwells on counseling on marriage. He defines marriage as a union of a man and a woman that legally and morally binds the two together for life, and it excludes intimate relationship with all others. Of all the definitions I've read about marriages all over, this is one of those the topics, the definition that I've enjoyed. Is define marriage as a union of a man and a woman. Today we have a lot of misconception about marriages, especially in the Western world, where people get married to animals, people advocating marrying, men marrying themselves, or women getting married to themselves, which is even happening among the church circle. We discover that here, from the biblical view, that marriage is made between a man and a woman. And again, I said a man and a woman, not a man and animal. Not even a boy and a girl, not even a man and other plants or inanimate objects. Here we discover that God in his infinite wisdom decided marriage to be between a man and a woman. Of course, from the biblical point of view, Genesis account, we are told that God created man in his own image. At a point, he had to tell the man, Bible says it is not good that a man should be alone. God have to think about giving a man a helpmeet. God have to put a solution to man's loneliness, because it was like every other creature was created and they have their own counterpart, their own females and men. It was only man that was lacking in his own way, not having an intimate relationship with any other person. Now, God, in his infinite mercy, decided to create a woman out of the man for man. And that is what marriage is all about. What is marriage? We want to take them in a very simple manner. Number one, it is having a God-given wife. That is my first definition of it, having a God-given wife. And from what we learn from Rex Jackson, he said it is a legal union. Marriage is legal. In other words, you have to legalize your marriage before you call it marriage. Number two, marriage is moral. There is no sin in the face of married man and a woman. In fact, one of our lecturers, Reverend Adoga, said to us that behind the closed door of a married man and a woman, there is no law, no sin. You can't commit sin with your wife. But when you stay with a woman that is not yours, it means you are living a life of immorality. In other words, marriage is having a God-given woman as a wife. It has to be legal. That is what we talk about 3 ways to get married. There are many ways, but we just focus on the three. Number one, we have to marry culturally, settling the bride price as it were, or paying the dowry. In India, like we know, women pay dowry. When a woman pays for the woman, a man, it means that is a dowry. When a man pays the bride price, it means it is bride price. The man pays to marry the wife. Now, it has to be cultural. The parents must have approval, must take approval from the parents, and the lady must be willing, the guy must be willing. The Bible said the two have to come together and they will become one. Two, when you marry in the cultural way, as a member of the society, the nation, you need to legalize your marriage by going to the court or go to the registry to register it. And then when that is done, as a religious personnel or a religious person, you need to go to the church or to your religious set and legalize it by having the blessing of the priest. When you have gone into marriage in these three ways, it means you are legally, you are morally, and you are religiously married. So we say again that marriage is having a wife, a God-given wife, legalized in the court or in the registry, approved by their parents, and ordained by having the blessing of the ordained ministers in your own religious setting. Number two, we say that also marriage is a union between a woman and a man that legally bind them for life. It is a lifetime union. It is not a contract. We see in the Western world where people just marry for contracts. Some people marry to have papers. Some people marry for a period of time. Let's marry for 2 days, 3 days, or 2 weeks, as it were. When we are ready to again, we continue. From God's perspective of marriage, it has to be for life. And the Bible says, until death do them part. In other words, the only thing that can make you to separate from your wife or your husband is when death occurs. In this regard, the person remaining has a right to get married to another person. So we say it is a lifetime union. Number three, marriage is a good thing. Wow. Proverbs chapter 18 verse 20 says, he that findeth a wife. Listen, it didn't say he who finds a woman. It didn't say he who carries harlot. He that findeth a wife. In other words, for a woman to be a wife, you must be married. He finds a good thing and you obtain favor from God. My prayer for everyone listening to me these days is that God will give you your wife and God will favor your marriage. Marriage brings favor, especially in our days. I want to talk to the youth. A lot of people are afraid of marriage. Oh, I don't want to get married. Things are hard. I don't know to get married. Oh, how will I be able to feed my wife? Yes, of course, you need to be working. I'm not saying that a lazy man should marry, but there is joy in getting married. God honors marriage. When you get married, God will favor you. In fact, the Bible says two are better than one. So I encourage every young man who is up to the age of marriageability to get married. And then God has promised that he will favor. He said, he who finds a wife finds a good thing. Proverbs chapter 18 verse 22. Marriage is a good thing. Number four, marriage is honorable. Hallelujah. Hebrews chapter 13 verse 4 says, marriage is honorable. In all, the bed should be undefiled. It's an honorable thing to be married. Do you know that you are not yet fulfilled in life until you are known as a married man? In those days when I was working in the companies, I remember that when they want to sack people, they first of all sack people with bad record. Number two, they have to also look at people who are irresponsible. Permit me to use that word. Irresponsible in the sense that you are not caring for anybody. I discovered that in those days, if they want to sack, they sack young men who are not married. They say, if we sack this old man, how will he be able to take care of his family? In other words, marriage is full of respect. It makes you to be respected, makes you to be honored. The Bible says marriage is honorable. Yes. Number five, I want to also say that marriage is an institution, a very good institution, a divine institution. Proverbs chapter 22 verse 6. It says, train up a child in the way he should go. When he is old, he will not depart from it. Yes, today we see a lot of legalism. We see a lot of killings, and people that are not brought up in a home misbehave. People that are not brought in a home by a reasonable parent have problem and causing problem in the society. Now, marriage is a place of training. It's an institution where children are trained and they're made to be responsible parents of tomorrow. Parents should understand that it is not just to marry and have sex and all that. It is to have children and bring them up in the fear of the Lord. In the book of Genesis chapter 18 from verse 18 to 19, God said, I know Abraham. He is going to be a great man. I know that he will command his children to live after me and to do the things of God. I want to challenge parents today. Is your home a training ground? The Bible says in the book of Deuteronomy that your children will come around you when you are sleeping. Say, answer them. When you are lying down, answer them. When you are walking on the way, talk to them. They will ask you questions. While you are rising up, answer them. Many children today have nobody to guide them. They go to their own peers group to go and learn. Parents, you should know that it is your responsibility as a parent, as a man or a woman, as a wife, as a husband, as a parent to train up your child. Marriage is for learning. Marriage is an institution. And number 6, marriage is meant to give reproduction. It is only in marriage that sex is approved. It's only in marriage. God did not want us to begin to be like animals, born children and throw them away. God did not want us just to reproduce, like maybe lay egg like the chicken and then lay egg and deliver children anyhow. Marriage is meant to reproduce ourselves, to give birth. Marriage is for reproduction. It is to keep life continuing, to make people continue. That's why when people are married and they don't have children, they feel very bad. Of course, God has assured us that there shall be no barren in among us. Praise God. I want to assure you that it is the will of God for you to get married. I want to assure you that from what we have just said, that marriage is a good thing. Marriage is an honorable thing. Marriage is meant for life. Marriage is not meant to be in contract. It's meant to be in a life institution. I want to believe that as we continue in this series, that God will bless us together. I want to appreciate you for listening and ask you to please don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube, and also make sure that you share this message with others, as it's going to be a blessing to them. Our TV is Marriage and Success TV. Please keep in contact with us. God will surely bless you. You can share it with your friends and your brothers. Invite them also to listen to me, and I believe that God will bless you. For counseling, my number is 080-378-66708. I take it again, 080-378-66708. Till I come your way again, remain blessed.